but I want to talk about a couple of these of what's going on with guns in this country, and particularly apparently the right wing is taking tell me about this story about Lane, because I have not followed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I mean, and you know, and it's a good segue from where we were, because we were discussing how, you know, at least I was brought up how we want to be viewed by the world, and now there are people in Australia that are calling for a boycott of this country because of the level of gun violence here. And I see that probably only getting worse in the future, because it's not like we're one of many. We are unique among civilized countries that has this problem. This just doesn't happen anywhere else, because they actually do crazy stuff like regulate guns. And in this case, Chris Lane, who's studying on a scholarship in Oklahoma, is a great baseball player. He wanted to play baseball. Australian from Melbourne, and he happened to be jogging, and a couple teens saw him and apparently were bored and were vicious and had access to guns, because we believe everyone should have access to guns in this country, and they shot him and killed him. And the right wing, of course, as always, gets the entirely wrong lesson from something like that. Their lesson is a bunch of black guys shot a white guy because, two of the three perpetrators were African American. Of course, one of them was white, which they conveniently forget, as they conveniently forget many things. But the media is not reporting this. This is supposed to be sort of the equivalent of, look at how they reported on the Trayvon case, but they won't report on this. Meanwhile, there's been plenty of reporting on this, and the reason why people haven't been making it, this a similarity to the Trayvon Martin case is because there is no similarity. Because in that case, somebody shot an African American youth and wasn't even arrested. That is why it became a big story.
Right.
Otherwise, it would have just been another one of the many random shootings in this country that we deal with every day.
Right.
It became a story because this guy did not even get arrested because of an unbelievably idiotic law in Florida that allows essentially racists to walk around and do this kind of thing. Because if you look at the statistics, the vast majority, something like 88% of the cases, I guess, or whatever it was, it's whites shooting blacks and using stand your ground. In this case, two black youth and another white youth, went and killed this guy, Chris Lane. It's an unbelievable tragedy. They are obviously vicious individuals who should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law and should never see the light. I mean, I guess they're under the age of 18, I think, so I don't know what that is. But how the hell is it that they have guns?
Right.
How is it that guys like that just sitting around have guns? That's because all the people, the Bill O'Reillys and the Michelle Malkins, and the people who are screaming about this and trying to turn this into a racial issue, which it isn't, that's the reason why guys like this have guns, because they won't allow basic background checks, because they won't allow any kind of regulation. When guns are lost and stolen, states have, a bunch of states have passed laws to track that. They won't allow federal law to do that. And I can go on and on, but there's so many ways you could stop kids like this from getting guns. We don't try because of the NRA.
The bottom
the NRA
line
is a front for arms dealers.
We know the bottom line exactly. The bottom line, the reason why these kids have guns is because people make money off of them having guns. That's and everything else. Everything else falls in line, and emanates from that. It's interesting because everything
else is just bullshit and noise.
Right,
Sam, is really all the rest of it is. It's just a way. Anything they say is a message point to allow more guns to be sold to more people, because that's where the profit is. And I know we have to jump in a second, but I wanted to make sure to bring up the other thing that went on this week, important in this case, which was this near school shooting in Georgia.
Yeah.
Where this unbelievable woman, her last name is Tough, I'm trying to remember her first name, if it's Rebecca or something, who was a bookkeeper there, when this kid walked in and announced his intention, which I'm going to tell you that most of the time these killers, who people are about to kill people, are not going to do, but thankfully in this case announced his intention to kill people because he wanted to end his life, had an assault weapon. She was able to sit him down, talk to him, in a way that, almost, if you know what hostage negotiators do, is reminiscent of that. I don't know if she had any training or she just is a very smart woman, but basically talked this guy down by telling her about all the difficult things going on in her life, not acting like a victim, being very sort of straightforward. In other words, telling her about her life, but being very straightforward, that he could have a future and the rest. And in the end, after he shot the police a few times and gave himself up, but, the right-wing response to this, again, is we need guns in schools. That's the response.
Right.
The response isn't, or look at how she was able to do this, as if it's easier to get a smart, well-trained bookkeeper who can do this kind of thing in every single school in the country than it is to. It's easier to do that than it is to prevent people from showing up who are mentally unbalanced with assault weapons. And the key sort of coda to this story, beyond the fact that somehow this kid had access to an assault weapon, is that he had stopped taking his drugs. Guess why? Because he had lost his Medicaid. That's why. So remember that when every right-wing governor who under Obamacare refuses Medicaid for the people in their country, in their state, because freedom or something.
Freedom means being able to get as much guns as you want and as little medicine as possible. I mean, I guess that's basically the formula,
exactly.
right? You don't have the freedom to get health care.
Kind of risk.
Just to have a weapon. I've heard the audio of that. She was on the phone with 911 while she was basically talking this guy down. He had apparently, fired some shots in the air. She talked him down. It was really impressive. But again, yes, there's a problem that we just obviously this guy didn't have any problem getting any guns. But he had more problem getting medication,
which we chose not to regulate yet again.